Next on the bill, we have a young man, handsome man, a Ghanaian, of course, when it comes to investment and strategies. In fact, he is building a capacity of youth people here in Ghana. He's giving me a sign I shouldn't say everything, but he wants to continue by himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please can you help me? Let's welcome John Armah. Please give it up to me for me. Please, you can do better than that. Aha. Where you prefer, whether to sit down, to stand, you stand. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, too. We can do better for him as well. Like that. It's so bright. It's an honor to be here. And a pleasure. Because I believe we're all in the same bracket. So yeah, just a bit older than me. And it's an honor to be here. It's been a long week, but I'll try and summarize my points in a few sentences in my 30 minutes of presentation. I was going to do a PowerPoint presentation. When I saw the big man, I stopped. You know, when big men speak, we can just add up to what they say. And no PowerPoint. No. I won't use a PowerPoint. And also, I think I'll just rehash many of the things that he said to you. So, I mean, I never thought that I would start a business and get to a point where we're not raised $1 million yet, or $5 million yet, or $10 million yet. But I never thought that I would start from that small place in Kanishin and today employ up to 15 people and stay in business over 8 years. And the challenge for many of us as young people is how do you start that business from point 1 and take it to that point 2? Not even point 2, even point 1 and 5 and or something like that. That's been our biggest challenge as young entrepreneurs. So really, we need to look at that design process that allows us to transform anything. So you ask yourself that, why can't a small business in Agbogbloshie grow out of that to become a big business? I mean, how many of you know who the owners of Lipton are? Show by hand. Guess who? You can guess who? One of the owners would be. Liver. Okay, so in the liver, there's one. But actually, I just realized that Pepsi owns Lipton. Yeah, Pepsi is one of the owners of Lipton. Let's try again. How about Starbucks? Who do you think owns the part owner of Armah? Who? Who? Actually, Pepsi is also another owner of Starbucks. Some of you know Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. It's another Camel. How many are the owners of Pizza Hut? Pepsi. You know, actually, that brand started in 1950. Same logo, same. So I was reading about big brands and how they've grown to become so. And I realized that we often don't benchmark ourselves with some of these big brands, even when we are starting a food service. Because we've been programmed to think so small. That's the way we think and continue to think. So how do you get to that point? We'll get to that point. So let me try and test your mind by a number of things so I can curate my presentation around. And this one will bring a PowerPoint and come into deliver. Let's make it interactive. Are you with me so far? Oh, are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Good. So we're going to go on a journey. Maybe you know what a value proposition is. Show my hand. Okay, please help us understand what a value proposition is.
I think essentially it speaks to what you are giving to your clients, which is different from what others are doing.
Wonderful. So, how many of you started a business? Show by hand. Started a business. Wow, so many people. Now it's going to get better. But it was surprising that a lot of you actually meant to run those businesses that you're running. So we'll come to that. Please tell us what you do.
Sanitation.
You have sanitation. Hey! That's big one. That's big. If we go by the mindset or the explanation given to us about value proposition, do you think that you have a business? Just telling us this sentence. You think so? Can you give us a definition again of value proposition? In your words, as you put it. Yes.
Okay, it's the value you're giving to your customers. That's different from what others.
So I'm asking you what you do, and you're saying you're into sanitation. Have you told me the value? Do you want to come again? Let's try.
Actually, it's a big thing. That's why I just...
Charlie, I know. We don't have the time. So the mistake that most of us make is that when we're asked to present our business ideas, the communication is a big problem for many young entrepreneurs. So why is that in other Western worlds, people with just ideas raise $1 million and we can't? It's the way we put ideas across. So at best, we need to understand what a value proposition is, which is the communication of value in a sentence that actually highlights who your target market is, the solution you're offering them is, and the problem you're solving is. So whenever somebody asks you a question in one sentence, you should be able to tell the person what you do. In that way, there are so many things the person can pick on to then query what structures you put in place. And you heard Mr. Thompson when he said that for many of us, the reason we fail is that we don't do things right from the beginning. Poor accounting records, we don't have the money. That's why I was saying that not all of you here are meant to run a business. I'm sorry. Some of you are meant to support others to run those businesses. The reasons why all of us did so many things in school and different things in school is because some of us are meant to be dreamers. We dream the ideas. Some of us are thinkers. We think about the ideas. Some of us are storytellers. We are marketers. So the different roles that we play within the startup. So it doesn't mean that because you're a co-founder, yours is a CEO role. No. Am I making sense so far? Good. And for those of us who have not started, we often feel that I would fail, I'm not meant to do it. Look, 9 out of 10 businesses fail. So which one have you started? And besides, even at this point, the only experience you have is actually failure. To have started and failed. Because no big idea started and became a big hit in a second. No. True or false? You start from somewhere, and then as you keep going, things get better. Then there's clarity. There's clarity. You're actually in business because you saw someone doing something, you thought you can do it better. Or your idea you're thinking is out of the ordinary, I'm sorry. It is not. Because people have thought about this idea that we all have a long time ago. The only difference is the speed and clarity with which we move with our business idea. So why are we not getting the right quality of ideas in Ghana? And why are we still doing these small things when it should lead us to becoming big things? Are you with me so far? So there's a big problem. I thought Boko Haram was here. So there's a big problem really in our market that we need to address. So in a few minutes, I'll try and do justice on that point. The issue we have is problem identification in Ghana with most of us. And you also realize that, and I've seen something. People ask me, John, where are the ideas, best ideas going to come from? Better than I have an article that says 100 business ideas can start with 100 Ghana cities. You can Google it, I'll mention it. The future of this country really is around efficiency. So when I was walking in, I saw a leaflet advertising Vencel. And it says it's an e-ticketing platform for events, and it says something else, also to fundraise, as I saw it. So in one sentence, they try to define the unique selling proposition. That's fine. But why do we have Vencel when I could walk into a shop and buy the ticket? Efficiency. Right? Okay, we have Wado. I can actually come here, talk to you, but how am I reached in a better form? Efficiency. So really, if you're looking for business ideas, the first point to look at is, what is it that I can do better? What is it that I can offer the market that is better? I've not started looking, so we're just doing prelims. So the future is about efficiency. So you would see that better traffic stops, etc. So now you're going to see that Africa will no longer be an importer of technology. Would actually be exporters of technology. Because really, and don't get this, I hear people making a fuss about technology. Technology will just be an enabler of the fiscal shocks that we have. Because for example, you're running a business and you're selling clothes. But someone introduces e-commerce platforms to you. It's an enabler. It just facilitates greater access to new clients and new markets. And that's what it's going to do. So if you have a whole factory that is, you have men who are assembling car parts, and you automate, you're just being efficient. True or false? So that's so. Some of you know the boring company. Show my hand. Okay, let's come back. How many of you know the turnover of Casa Prepo? Show my hand. When we say KYC, for those who are in the banks, what do we mean?
Know your customers.
Okay. When we say customer lifetime value, what do we mean? Say it again. Someone say something. Oh, let's make it engaging.
How much the customer should have paid before? Between the time you joined as a customer and the time you...
Wonderful. So you know that companies that plan your life for you from birth to death, and they create products for you each step of the way.
That's it.
How do you know what we refer to as retention rates? How do you calculate that in your business? No? How many of you actually calculate how much it costs you to acquire clients? Show by hand. How many of you have lawyers for your business? Show by hand. How many of you have auditors for your business? Show by hand. How many of you have consultants for your business? Okay, we don't have a consultant, so you can have it. So really, what are the steps towards identifying that unique idea beyond your passion? You see, sometimes you say passion is a feeling. Sometimes the passion you have is not what becomes a business. But the idea that you have is not a success. It's a business that you start that becomes the success. So don't let people come and tell you, discover your purpose, and that's it. No. Because underlying the basis for passion is a skill that should exist to enhance the ideas that you have. True or false? True. Because really, on the point of influence, what you have is what attracts people to you. True or false? So when you have nothing, you just talk. Who comes to you? Talkers. Problem identification. So there are two schools of thought. How many of you know what design thinking is? Show by hand. I love this one. How many of you know what systems thinking is? Show by hand. Please, I don't teach theory. I'm tired of us doing business the old way. So that's why we are here. I'm just introducing it for a later session. So, yeah, I'm not even past 10 minutes. There are some more. Okay. So, I mean, I'm tired of us doing business the old way. Why can't the hairdresser in my area, most of you who are thinking of starting businesses, look, sir, you don't have the experience. You can gain the experience from starting, but somebody told me something. History is a better teacher than experience. You know why? If you want to learn from someone's experience, trouble now. Because then you not even from someone, from even your own experience, what you're doing to yourself, you're killing yourself slowly. Because you're not going to start and figure your way out and do things. Well, there's a history of a firm that started the same way you started. And they've laid down the processes. So a big fashion brand like, what are the fashion brands? Maybe you want to start working with them. There's Belacqua, who have their systems approach in place, all of that. So why is it not easy to just benchmark on that? So, I mean, we need to do things the right way. True or false? Okay. So, design thinking is one of the tools we use to actually curate business ideas. And you must do it for your business when you go. So, design thinking is a reason that follows a number of processes. One is empathy. When we say empathy, what are we saying? You know, you are in your neighborhood. Things are not going well for you. Things are not going well for this man. Things are not going well for this man. This man's problem is the same as your problem. It's the same as this man's problem. In fact, you do know that when you find a solution to yourself, the solution to this man's problem, the only time you are in business is when people actually exist and have a commonality of a problem with you. Or that your solution appeals that commonality of market. True or false? Good. The only time you actually succeed in business is when people are ready to pay for your idea. True or false? Or for your product. The only time you succeed in business is when you build a product. So whether you are starting an NGO or not, you need to have a product. And like Mr. Joe Jackson said, is it Joe or Jackson? Joe. You need to make money. But don't be blinded by money, because you need to have that concept of a blended value. You need to impact, then you need to make profit. So your environment should be the first point to inspire you to want to look at what the opportunities are. Look out for problems in the market. Look out for problems within your society, in your school, etc. And begin to think whether or not that problem presents a market opportunity. Are you with me so far? Good. So let's move beyond that and come. So what are we saying? Having done that and discovered, okay, all these problems, for every problem in this world, there's the solution waiting to happen. What do you do? Empathy is that begin to ask yourself, what are the thoughts and feelings of these people that I am willing to serve? Mind you, business isn't about you or what you think you know or what you think you want to do. No. It's really about what that person, you need to figure out who that person, we call it personas. These are the different people within the market who are yearning for a solution to their problem. So you empathize with them. Okay, so who are they? Then, in my line of work, what we'll do is we'll do a stakeholder analysis in this empathy area and say that, okay, these are the kind of people I am trying to target, right? Then you move to the next table and say that, okay, these are the issues they face. And then, in a scale of preference, mark it that way. This is low, this is high, this is medium, this is low. And then you begin to map out those that are high and try to use that to go to the next step, which is to define a problem. So, sometimes, you see, let me leave this one. So you define the problem. Like, okay, so my target market faces this challenge. True or false? Good. Sometimes you think that that is what you are supposed to solve. Actually, sometimes it's not what you are supposed to do. So how do you determine that? You do something we call the problem tree. I don't even know what a problem tree is. Show by hand. The mind is smiling, so you do know. You do know. Please share with us. What is a problem tree? Say that again. Oh, try. Feel free. You see, you forgot it. No, but you were not. The problem tree allows us to now break down the idea that we have in a metric. I always encourage people to say this, that look, if you want to frame your business idea, so sanitation, what is sanitation again? Help us. Sorry, I'm using you.
I go from house to house to collect their garbages.
House to house. Why do you do it?
Because I realize within the area there isn't any sort that does the same thing.
Okay, even at this basic level, it's fine for you. So you must always go to define the why you do it. So the why, you can frame it in the form of a question. So, lack of, reduction in, improvement in, and use that to form your problem statement. Are you with me so far? In that way, you know that at the end of the period, you're going to measure yourself by a certain standard that you help, the business helped improve so and so process. True or false? Good. Now, when you've done that, you now come down and say that what are the immediate causes? What is causing these things that are happening? So, why is it that there's no such service?
Well, this is just developing community.
1 point. Go on.
No, that's all I can say about it.
Okay. Now, this to me is an immediate cause, right? She's telling us that the business is developing, but there's a root cause, true or false. Government probably has not done the roads for them. The DC has not done the road for them. So, those are things you can't solve. So, the immediate causes are things that you can solve. And you've got to keep listening to the idea for these that you have. So, the first one. You need to hold on to that one. I'll end with that one. So, once you do that, then now you ask, how do you know what a business model canvas is? Show by hand. How do you know what a log frame is? Show by hand. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Good. So, most of you, when you get an idea now, you're going to research it out to start register a business. Then you realize that 2 months down the line, that's not what you wanted to do. So when I was starting my business, please, we waited. We never thought we would get to this point. If people can't trust you enough, you won't make it in business. If you don't have integrity, you won't make it in business. If you don't have that conviction to stay for more than a year, just try and make it to the 3rd year, and you'll be fine in business. So really, you move on to the business model canvas to then understand who my target market is. Understand your target market, you have to know who they are, where they are, how much are they spending on an existing product. Then, like we said, identify your value proposition. From there, look at it from, okay, so this value that I want to deliver, who will I have to rely on as my key partners to deliver this value to the market? Then from there, ask yourself that, what mediums will I use to reach my target market? That's your route to market. Then from there, you got to ask yourself that, okay, if I'm delivering this value to these people, there's got to be some key activities within my business, right, to run. There's these key activities more often than not that you use to register your business. As a matter of fact, those of you who have business partners as your family and friends, if nobody is contributing a skill, equity to your business, I'm sorry, they have no business being in your business. Very simple. Okay, So let's proceed. So once you do that and you move, you now ask yourself that, what relationship do I need to build with these people to keep them in business? Because you are as good as your ever-paying client. You're in business and you make money from repetitive sales or new conversions. True or false? Good. So if we are proceeding on that tangent, the key resources we need to start with, office space, this, that. You now use that to then ascertain the cost. And then now you can look at which products you've developed and the value that you can price and make money from. Then you move to something we call a log frame. I'll introduce you to that later. So really I'm here to tell you, let's look at the video. Play the first one.
Hey, it's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day. You've heard people say it's just like riding a bike, meaning it's really easy and you can't forget how to do it, right? But I did something. I did something that damaged my mind. It happened on the streets of Amsterdam, and I got really scared, honestly. I can't ride a bike like you can anymore. Before I show you the video of what happened, I need to tell you the backstory. Like many 6-year-olds with a MacGyver mullet, I learned how to ride a bike when I was really young. I had learned a life skill and I was really proud of it. Everything changed though when my friend Barney called me 25 years later. Where I work, the welders are geniuses and they like to play jokes on the engineers. He had a challenge for me. He had built a special bicycle and he wanted me to try to ride it. He had only changed one thing. When you turn the handlebar to the left, the wheel goes to the right. When you turn it to the right, the wheel goes to the left. I thought this would be easy, so I hopped on the bike ready to demonstrate how quickly I could conquer this.
And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Destin Salmon. First attempt riding the bicycle. Alright. So, the faster I go, the better. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. You can see that I'm laughing, but I'm actually really frustrated. In this moment, I had a really deep revelation. My thinking was in a rut. This bike revealed a very deep truth to me. I had the knowledge of how to operate the bike, but I did not have the understanding. Therefore, knowledge is not understanding. Look, I know what you're probably thinking. Destin's probably just an uncoordinated engineer and can't do it. But that's not the case at all. The algorithm that's associated with riding the bike in your brain is just that complicated. Think about it. Downwards force on the pedals, leaning your whole body, pulling and pushing the handlebars, gyroscopic precession in the wheels. Every single force is part of this algorithm. And if you change any one part, it affects the entire control system. I do not make definitive statements that often, but I'm telling you right now, you cannot ride this bicycle. You might think you can, but you can't. I know this because I'm often asked to speak at universities and conferences, and I take the bike with me. It's always the same. People think they're going to try some trick or they're just going to power through it. It doesn't work. Your brain cannot handle this. For instance, this guy. I offered him $200 just to ride this bike 10 feet across the stage. Everybody thought he could do it.
No, you didn't understand. You didn't understand. So, this way. Alright, so, whenever you're ready. No, you have to keep your feet on the ground.
Like you gotta start rolling at least. Let's go.
Keep your feet on the pedal. Go. Once you have a rigid way of thinking in your head, sometimes you cannot change that, even if you want to. So here's what I did. It was a personal challenge. I stayed out here in this driveway and I practiced about 5 minutes every day. My neighbors made fun of me. I had many wrecks, but after 8 months, this happened. One day I couldn't ride the bike, and the next day I could. It was like I could feel some kind of pathway in my brain that was now unlocked. It was really weird though. It's like there's this trail in my brain, but if I wasn't paying close enough attention to it, my brain would easily lose that neural path and jump back onto the old road it was more familiar with. Any small distractions at all, like a cell phone ringing in my pocket, would instantly throw my brain back to the old control algorithm and I would wreck. But at least I could ride it. My son is the closest person to me genetically, and he's been riding a normal bike for 3 years. That's over half his life. I wanted to know how long it would take him to learn how to ride a backwards bike, so I told him if he learned how to ride a backwards bike, he could go with me to Australia and meet a real astronaut. Are you going to give up? Go ahead. This is how it starts. Look at this. This is such a big deal. Get up, you got it. Did you see his brain get it? So he, in, how many weeks have we been doing this? 2 weeks? In 2 weeks, he did something that took me 8 months to do, which demonstrates that a child has more neuroplasticity, am I even saying that right, than an adult. It's clear from this experiment that children have a much more plastic brain than adults. That's why the best time to learn a language is when you're a young child. Alright, today's bike log. I can ride smooth, I can ride fast. I'm thinking the experiment is over. Okay, now I'm in Amsterdam, a city that has more bicycles than people. The question is, can I ride a normal bike now? I mean, I've spent all this time unlearning how to ride a bike. If I go back and try to ride a normal one, will my brain mess up? So I've tweeted a Smarter Everyday meetup, if you will, and I'm going to see if somebody brings a bicycle, and I'm going to try to ride a normal bike. It's backwards. This was one of the most frustrating moments of my life. I had ridden a normal bike since I was 6, but in this moment I couldn't do it anymore. I had set out to prove that I could free my brain from a cognitive bias. But at this point, I'm pretty sure that all I proved is that I could only redesignate that bias. So what you're not seeing is just a group of people here looking at me, looking at the strange American that can't ride a bike because they think I'm dumb. But I'm actually 2 levels deep into this because I've learned and unlearned. Alright. After 20 minutes of making a fool out of myself, suddenly my brain clicked back into the old algorithm. I can't explain it, but it happened in a very specific moment. I got it. I'm back. Oh, click. Hold on, click. I got it. Okay, there it is. There was the moment. Okay, you're back. I tried to explain this to the people around me, and they just didn't get it. They thought I was faking the previous 20 minutes, and I couldn't get anybody to believe me. That looked like I faked it, didn't it? Just a thing. You think I'm faking? You don't believe me. You think I'm lying, don't you? I'm not lying. I felt like the only person on the planet who had ever unlearned how to ride a bike, and I couldn't articulate it to anyone because everybody just knew that you can't forget how to ride a bike. So I learned 3 things from this experiment. I learned that welders are often smarter than engineers. I learned that knowledge does not equal understanding. And I learned that truth is truth, no matter what I think about it.
I want to do great things. In each one of us lies greatness. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious. In the Bible, God chose people and used them based on my faith. Moses, we all know, was a stammerer. Of course. Good. Sometimes the mindset is what makes the difference. Now, as you leave this place later on, because I'm not going to share these stories with you, that's going to be a practical workshop. Is some of us need to pray certain prayers that allow us to walk into that undefined grace that we think we don't have. Like the man told you, he said it, grace in results and all of those things. But really, success in business is gone. You never think you know it all until you find it. And you find it gives you those strategies. So look, take Adam and Eve. After that, who came out? Cain and Abel. John, that's right. Okay, Cain was cursed. Bible says he prayed a certain prayer, and God, not Jesus, turned the curse around. When I was in Kanishing, and I thought that nothing was going to work for me. No slippers, you couldn't even pay for school fees. You are thinking of starting a business. Really? Okay. I learned something else. Jacob and Esau, something happened again. Jacob's was reversed. Years later, and something happened like that. True or false? But I heard one more story. Jabez prayed a certain prayer, and God turned things around. Most of the things we do in business as youth will not be defined by what we think we know. Because life really is a sum total of the people we meet, our experiences, and really the social capital that we create ourselves. No. But life will be defined really by that true reason. And God will give that wisdom. If God doesn't give that wisdom, you won't succeed. So I'll leave you with this, and I'll see you in the afternoon. And we'll do some ideation, and we'll do some exercises to help refine our business ahead. Thank you so much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause once again. John, can you take some few questions from our audience? Wow, this is very deep. You know, this is the second speaker. I like the first speaker. He made a unique and profound statement, grace. And what I can deduce from his presentation is wisdom. I don't know if you've been listening to Dr. Mills. He's been preaching about the poor man's wisdom. Okay? We have quite a number of people going out there to learn stuff from Harvard, Oxford. But ask yourself, are they implementing the same knowledge they've acquired in this part of our world? Hello? Hello? This is to tell you, knowledge is not about understanding. It's about getting the right wisdom. That is why God asked Solomon, my son, what do you want? This young man did not ask for riches, but rather wisdom. And the wisdom actually brought forth the riches. Well, that's just by the way. Any question for John? Okay, I guess my first question to you is, how do you describe a startup company? Is it the size, or is it the revenue the company is getting? I'm just thinking out loud. How do you describe a StartUp5 company?
Okay. I mean, if you look at the Act in Ghana, of MBSSI, it defines MSME within the metric that you mentioned, in age, in size, in revenue, even the number of employees relative to size. But if you look at the global context and many other jurisdictions, they define, there's a Stanford professor who defined a startup as a temporary organization in search of a repeatable and scalable business model. What we're saying, therefore, and if I should deduce from here, is being a startup is a mindset thing. Because really, until you find that the model keeps iterating, keeps changing, to a point where you feel there's a structured way of doing things. But even so, Coca-Cola and Co are using design thinking to change the way they do things. So look at the startup in the form of the mindset that we need to find a better model, we need to introduce new products, and so you're investing into research and development. So startup is not a metric, it's really just a mindset. So, but there are discussions now in Ghana as to whether Ghana should define its own, define what a startup should mean, and also relate that to what an indigenous business should mean. So that then you can have policy coherence, because government now says that there's rebate and stuff for startups. You know that, right? So you know that even now you can go to GRA and get tax exemptions as a startup. Show by hand if you know. So you realize that if we maintain the prof's definition as repeatable and scalable, then we can just apply qualifying criteria to then determine if you're a startup. So what I'm saying is that we would then say that, okay, if you don't have a sound marketing plan, you're a startup. So all these things about age and size become the qualifying criteria to the mindset deal that would have to play as a startup. Does it make sense?
Thank you so much, John. Any other question? All right, then I'm going to move to one or two people. Sabrina, before you take leave of us, yes. Sorry, don't worry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a businesswoman, and when it comes to, okay, let me just give her the floor to introduce herself and the business she's into, then she can ask some few questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Evan. I'm Sabrina Ansari. I describe myself as a multi-faceted woman. Yes, I have the pledge to start business easy. I think that's one of the grace that God has granted unto me. I can easily start a business and move it on, hand it over to people. Yes, now what I'm into is into the manufacturing of detergents, and I'm collaborating with hotels to improve their scents, their aromas, and their lobbies, in their reception, and also individuals who would like to have various and distinct scents in their rooms, in your bedroom, in your hallway, in your sitting rooms, the various scents, and all these scents are made from natural, pure, essential oils. That's all I would have to say for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Somebody asked a question and you were advertising. That was great. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, John Armah, for your short presentation. Please, kindly give it up to him for me. All right.